Angeles. I hate it here. I hate it here a lot. Mostly because I live like some sort of zoo animal where I don't go outside. I don't enjoy fresh air because there really is none in Los Angeles County, but every time I go outside, I'm affected by my PTSD from military sexual trauma, so I don't. I spend all my time indoors. At least if I had my disability benefits, I could spend my time indoors and doing something productive, like trying to go to Mars. But here we are. And I normally don't do Saturday podcasts, but what am I gonna do? I just like it here a lot. And I'm upset because I have this upcoming appointment with the VA and I just don't want to talk to people. Hi Clint, how are you? I've gotten so many messages lately about what is the podcast about? Why aren't you talking about the topic? So I said today I'll just focus on that as I do my makeup on camera. Good morning, sleepyhead. There's nothing wrong with that. If people were really that interested in helping veterans, they would look in the description, as we always tell them, and just sign the petition. Sometimes by being off topic, we bring more people in, so there's more opportunities for people to look at the link to the petition to try and save veterans. So I don't really feel too bad about it. I just woke up today from yet another night of bad sleep. This sense of dread, this overwhelming sense of dread. Let's fix that. There we go. See, I'm a little bit better. Can't stop the fur everywhere. Fur's in my food, fur's everywhere. So much fur. I love that store, but girls does shed. Since I'm here by myself, I'm gonna dive into my favorite topic. Let's build a town. Let's build a new town. We have, for centuries, amassed the technology that we can use to build the perfect town. And what I mean by perfect is no pollution, no crime, barely any work. Or if you consider that work, then I don't know, it sounds a little bit more like leisure. In the last podcast I had with Clint, we batted around the idea that you can put in Roblox a little farming simulator and teach kids how to farm. Why not teach adults how to farm that way? Why not teach adults how to interact with a VR world instead of a physical one? Because isn't that what the cell phones have been teaching us all along? You click a button and either you purchase something or something is delivered to you. So we've been living in this VR, AR world. We just don't think of it that way. It's good to listen to nice music. I try to. I wish I was in an emotional place to really listen to music and enjoy myself. But right now, all I can really focus on is how hurtful it's going to be to once again deal with the Department of Veteran Affairs. I don't want to do it. I have to do it. I have to talk about my PTSD. I have to talk about how it affects my life. I have to talk about what I've lost because of it. And I've lost a lot. I really have. I'm not the only veteran who suffers, but I suffer in my own way. And that's all. Let's read some comments because we actually have some people in the channel. And don't mind me, my voice is a little sore. I've been crying. Pro tip, match the color of your, thank you. Good chat. Now on to Jonathan. Heads of the VA been robbing vets too long. Take the money and actually help our real vets. Jonathan, that's what I've been saying every day in this podcast. Every day, your tax money goes to pay VA employees. And yes, some of those are veterans, but these are veterans who turn their backs on other veterans. Because these are veterans who are paid to tell other veterans, no, you don't get your disability benefits. You have to be stuck in this world that makes no sense. And no matter how tough you are, no matter how much you train, you will never be good enough to withstand the wasteland that this country has become. So let's talk about money. Money can do many things. It can buy you riches, it can buy you treasure, and sometimes it can uplift you out of a war zone. That fucking VA moved me to this community where every day, there are fireworks going on, or at least I have to hope that they're fireworks because I don't want to think that they're gunshots. Because if I think that they're gunshots, I'll scream and I won't ever stop. But that's the quality of my neighbors. It's the quality of the people that the VA is forcing me to be around. And yes, it makes me, in a way, hate my own people. Hate them because they don't remember who they used to be. They don't remember that they used to be engineers and astronomers and artisans of the highest quality. Love thy neighbor. I wish I could. But when I see my neighbors just cover a Spanish-owned business with graffiti, I just feel revulsion. I just feel disgust because I look at that and say, why would you do that to your own people? Why would you do that? It's very hard to be a business owner at all. It's very hard to be a business owner of color. It's so very hard to be a business owner of color of things that you can easily get from a major department store or Amazon. You're not that special. And this poor business person has to spend their day, since there's not that many customers, but spend their day cleaning up graffiti. And I wish I didn't have my PTSD, because I almost feel because I live here, I should be cleaning that graffiti too. I don't own that store, but that's my neighbor. That's the attitude that everyone should have. When that graffiti is on that store, everyone should be coming out of their houses to go clean that up. But we don't think that way because we didn't grow up that way. We grew up with every birthday you get toys, and those are your toys, and selfish, 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 me, 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 and not we, not us, not them, and us. Hello, Eddie. Hello. Are you from the UK? My father was, so I sound like him because I'm a daddy's boy with blue lipstick. Lloyd, this guy grew up playing with girl toys. Well, I don't know. If you're putting on a one-act play, are you really going to do it with a bunch of G.I. Joes? If you're having a magic tea party, are you really going to invite the G.I. Joes? Or are you going to sit with Barbie and Jim and Kimber? And there's nothing wrong with playing with girl toys. It's a toy, you know, you're supposed to play with it. And don't tell me that you straight cisgender people weren't playing with girl toys. As young as you are, the first thing that any boy does is take a girl's toy so he can look up her dress, because that's how men behave. All men do that. I'll feel for you. I can't even fucking speak. PTSD is hard. It is very hard. It's also extremely lonely and just very confusing, because I've spent the majority of my life, like 80% of my life, surrounded by females, friends with females, dating females. And now, because I have PTSD, it's get the fuck away from me. It's don't come near me. Don't talk to me. I play video games because I can't really watch television, because having a woman on screen is upsetting to me. And when I play video games, it has to be the most pixelated, de-rendered version of a female in order to play a video game, because I'm so emotionally and psychologically scarred by being sexually abused by the United States Air Force. To be used like a sex toy and sent to the hospital and discarded. That's how the United States Air Force, that's how the military treated me. They brought me to that base specifically to do that. For what purpose? For what purpose? You know, what is the purpose of being that rude to another person? What purpose is that to do that to an American citizen? Perhaps I'm a little too trusting. I thought that if I was already injured and on crutches, that the abuse from the military would stop. Easy BC, normally I would play around with you. I'm not in the mood. Cool, thank you. That can cause an extreme problem when it comes to just interacting with everyday society. I agree, Clint. I used to ride the bus. I used to. I can't anymore. For several reasons, but mostly because if it wasn't women constantly trying to talk to me or sit down next to me. It was men trying to grope me and females sexually assaulting me. At that point, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't enjoy going to the beach, and I live in California, and the one good thing about this fucking state is there's a beach and an ocean and a beach vibe of enjoy the sun, absorb the sun. And I don't know if people have been paying attention in California, but because of the forest fires, because of those fucking forest fires, they banished summer in California. They finally did it. They banished summer. The sun is shining, it just cannot reach Los Angeles anymore. It is a grayish day. The clouds are so thick, even after the forest fires. Joseph Jones, you know, I don't mind sharing about my my mental health and physical health online, in public, on record. I have depression, severe depression. I have anxiety. I have social agoraphobia. I have rage, huge anger management issues. And I have to admit, you know, reality is very, very fucking difficult. Because it's a reality that I have been sexually assaulted by Los Angeles. I was sexually abused in the United States Air Force, but it took Los Angeles to sexually assault me. It took Los Angeles to have some woman on a bus reach over and grab my genitals. No other place would do that. No other place. But Los Angeles thought that that was an appropriate thing to do to another person. And I won't call out that person for doing that, because I know that person was put up to do that, because that's how California operates. California would rather torture you till all you want is to be an actor, a singer, a dancer or something. Anything to distract you from the fact that you can be an independent artist and you can also make your own films. And now that Clint is in the audience, I can say that, yeah, I do want to do an interview with Rachel Ziegler, mostly because I want her to speak her mind on the issues that she brought up, because all she did was, in interviews, talk about how she feels. If you were even listening to those interviews, then you're not the right audience for that film to begin with. The whole point of Snow White was to encapsulate a certain moment where women were princesses and all they could focus on was finding a prince. And isn't that kind of how we still live our lives? We still live our lives like we need to find our perfect partner, and that's the purpose of life, to find your perfect partner. Instead of, why don't you build a perfect community? And from that perfect community, your perfect partner will find you. When I say build a perfect community, I mean Why don't you speak to people while volunteering? Why don't you speak to people while you're in a soup kitchen? People who you know for a fact have good moral values. That's the kind of person who you really want to be around, and you want to be that person too. Like, that's a better way to define people instead of Hinge and Tinder. And I know change.org is going through a lot right now, but they sent me a message about they need to do more to protect people from abusive relationships on dating apps. And all I can think is, how about you just protect people from dating apps? How about you steer them in the direction of, why don't you talk to real people again? It's scary to talk to real people. I would know, I have PTSD. I probably have lots of things up my nose. I live in Los Angeles. Let's see if I can go back into the comments. Ah, I see, but usually that isn't enough to change someone's accent fully, right? Okay, Joseph, I lived amongst Americans. I never thought of myself as really one of them. My mother was American, and she tried her best to instill American pride in me. My father, he was British and indigenous, so he did what he could to teach me about the world. And like I said, I spent more time with my family. I spent more time with my own tribe than trying so hard to be American. It just so happens because I live here that I said, well, it really doesn't matter where I come from. If I live here, I have to protect this area. It's practical. And I'm sorry, you're not really going to get more love out of me for that. It's practical. If you live on American soil, you are an American who should care about protecting America. That's all. Can you say bottle of water? Okay, I don't know, whatever. Melusine, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Welcome to the show though. However, when it comes to Jesus Christ, don't fight your spirit. I will say this, never tell yourself you know who you are. I actually like that statement. I really do. I like it because I've always known that I was someone in the healing arts. I say healing arts instead of medicine because I am angry that I'm not a doctor right now. I'm angry that because of my PTSD, it is just use drugs and be miserable all the time, instead of practicing medicine. Thank you so much, military, for ruining my life. On the other side of it, I am the healthiest member of my family for generations. Because I have rejected nearly everything American. I don't watch your television, I don't eat your food. That's sad. Oh, I wasn't in the army, I was in the Air Force. I don't know how late you are to the conversation. TARS, Hello, Tars. Actually, I vote Republican consistently, and I have no shame in saying that. The Republicans are fucking over America, but they're also dismantling it. The liberals are protesting a world that they are desperate to stay in. The Republicans are tearing down the world and creating such an economic divide that it creates a new world. So whose side do you really want to be on? The liberals who play make-believe, or the Republicans who at least sees destiny, even if that destiny doesn't really include you? You were in the US Air Force, you weren't in the US military. If you don't consider the Air Force the US military, good luck getting a medevac when they attack your little village. Good luck. And I say that to myself as well, because I really do hate the Air Force forever, which is sad because I always felt very, very happy and proud to sing the Air Force song. And they did everything in their power to make me hate them. They sexually abused me. I'm gonna hate you forever. YouTube brings the weirdos out. If you think I'm weird, just wait. Just wait. You'll see weird. Both sides are tearing down America. No, they aren't. No, they aren't. Liberals want acceptance. They want acceptance. Republicans, they want fortresses, castles, and large moats, because they see reality, and the reality is you live in zombie land. You live in a zombie apocalypse. You don't really think of it that way because, you know, you don't see the rotting skin, and yes, the skin does rot, you little day walkers. Look at this whack job. Well, I'm not whacking now. I'll probably whack later, but, you know, if you want to see me whack, then, you know, convince OnlyFans to accept me, because they didn't accept me before and they wouldn't tell me why. And I'm very upset because, you know, it's the one thing that Beyonce didn't slay. You are weird. You're a freak show. Well, thank you. I'm the freak show that got you to click on me. So what does that make you but a dumb bitch? But thank you for coming to my channel and staring at my lovely brown face, green eyes, and blue lips to the background of a Native American with face paint. United States Marine Corps equality. Welcome to the channel. The Air Force is part of the military and he doesn't know that, which is proof. Why are you speaking Queen's English? Because I never really had conversations with Americans. I didn't. If I had sex with Americans, I told them to shut the fuck up, as I enjoyed putting my penis in heinies. So, yeah. There's no reason to talk to Americans except right before having sex and right afterwards. Other than that, I really do avoid it, or I limit it to the hour and 2 hours that I spend lovingly with Clint. Okay, what are your pronouns? Well, thank you for asking, Nandish. I am a they, them. And I say they, them because I have endocrine damage from being sexually abused by the United States government, so I don't feel like a guy. I don't feel like a guy, but I know I'm not a girl. Because, number one, I don't bleed every month. I bleed every other day because I'm constantly cutting or injuring myself because of my PTSD. So, yeah, I don't consider myself a girl. They should have accepted you. Wait, are you Native American? Yes, I am. Thank you, Nandish. Staying in the world. Have you ever been to England? Oh, hello, Nick. Please help me spread the gospel with others in your community. Thank you, Angus Young. Thank you. No, you're not. You're a he. Jay Andrews, how much of a he do you feel when you're sitting on a bus and a woman's trying to get your attention and you don't want to talk to her? So she grabs your genitals and you scream and you want to punch her in the face because she just sexually assaulted you. But you know that no one would support you on this. No one would support you for defending yourself from being sexually assaulted. So you have to sit there screaming because you can't punch this woman in the face for sexually assaulting you. How much of a man do you feel in that moment when all you can do is scream? How much of a man do you feel? Because I don't really feel like a man when I have women trying to break into my apartment and I can't open my door and beat the shit out of them. I don't feel like a man when my only option is, well, I have to let the police handle it because that's the appropriate thing to do. The appropriate thing is to have my own fucking place. And if a person trespasses, as in they're not delivering a package to me, and even then I would zone that to, coming to my front door. I'd rather pick that up than you come to my front door. But if they trespass, I can call the police and say, yeah, you're trespassing. But I can't really do that in an apartment building, can I? No, I can't do that. So how much of a man do you feel when you have to call the police to handle something that you could probably finish in 2 seconds? Pow. Don't grab my genitals. Pow. Don't grab my genitals. Pow. Don't grab my genitals. It's that simple. But I can't seem to do that. I can't seem to do that here. Because that would be wrong. That would be escalating, not really just defending myself. It would make me feel better. Fuck you and fuck your country. Shinobi, can you please say a bottle of water? Whatever. You are completely justified in your frame of mind. You have very nice teeth. Thank you. To be honest, I don't really brush them. I rarely do. Mostly because I try to punish the women who try to talk to me by allowing them to enjoy the foulest air that I can summon, like a demon. Bro jerks to Powerpuff Girls, only Blossom. Maybe Buttercup sometimes. What is punching said woman would keep her from doing it to another victim? I don't really want to talk about the cycle of abuse. That person would probably abuse other people. But that person targeted me. I was right about to speak at a veteran conference. This woman boarded the bus, sat down next to me, and then groped my genitals. And Los Angeles doesn't want to take responsibility for what it does. But I'll call it out every time. You're a he, not a they. Now stop pretending to be a Sam Smith. Oh, I can be a he. I can certainly be a he, but I can be a he by myself without the constant crowding by women. And by crowding by women, I mean, why are women coming to my door to ring my doorbell? Why are women trying to break into my apartment? Why are women blocking the entrance into my apartment building? That is psychological torture, which is why the United Nations Human Rights Commission is investigating the United States on behalf of XIlyana. CBS 12, you look like someone I could trust. I don't know. Do you trust the American government with your kids? Because they let your kids be shot in the face. At least I'm the one person who's been fighting to change the Department of Education so that your children wouldn't get shot in the face. Really, you want to have a go at me? You want to have a go? Okay, so let me explain to you how bullshit your fucking country is. You've had how many school shootings, and you keep blaming the shooters instead of the schools themselves that warp and manipulate and terrorize kids to the point that they have to turn to violence at a certain age? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Nandish, maybe don't sell guns at Walmart. I'm not even mad at Walmart. I'm not mad at the guns. I believe in the Second Amendment. I think everyone should have a gun. I think everyone should. Everyone. Why? Because when it's the wild, wild west and everyone is armed, people learn to be polite. People learn to be really polite. That's your experience, probably because you wear lipstick. Everyone wears lipstick, you little fucker. All your little heroes wear fucking lipstick. All your fucking heroes wear makeup. Every last one of them. You fantasize about celebrities. Celebrities wear makeup. They're the last people who do, besides people in the military. Because for some reason, you forgot, not that you don't know, because you always know, you forgot that makeup is power. Health is power. Beauty is power. You think that's something that a woman has? Oh, you poor little babies. CT! Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the channel. Okay, do you think that they will start to fight if everybody is armed? I think it'd be a good deterrent. I think that if everybody had a weapon, everybody, you would find more people more inclined to look out for each other. That a certain pride would join up where you would say it's safer to maybe walk home from a bar because you know you have a weapon, and also you might ask someone, walk with me. That's the one thing that we are not learning. We forget a lot. Thank you so much, America, for all your fucking ads and all your little TV shows and movies, because they mind wipe the fuck out of its own citizenry. But it always was the case that if you go someplace, you don't go alone. You go someplace, you don't go alone. Hey, that guy gave you his number. Great. Call him from your home. Don't go home with him. Don't walk down a back alley. Don't do things by yourself. But that takes time to heal. So once again, let's begin this conversation with, let's build a town. Let's build a town. A small little town where you don't need a car. Everything is either delivered or it's made locally. You have a nice 3D printer which prints you everything from a dildo to a refrigerator. You use the materials that are around and you just make what you make. And you can make anything. You can make a gaming PC. You can make a big screen TV. You could make a reclining chair. You could do anything. That's a small town. You just don't use cars. And since everything is delivered, maybe you have less drugs that way. Maybe you live in a town which isn't affected by Oxycontin or meth, like every other city is. Los Angeles is a wonderful place until you realize that more than half the population is addicted to drugs and is walking the streets. Then it isn't really that nice. Then you probably want to move somewhere else, like I do. If I have my disability benefits, not if, when I have my disability benefits, the first thing I'm going to do is just move out of Los Angeles because it's a worthless fucking county. It's a worthless fucking county when anytime I had to go anywhere, I'm just running into junkies all the time. And some of the junkies are very sexy. And for that, I'm extremely sad. I'm like, oh, couldn't you get your life together? Couldn't you turn it around, you little junkie? Oh, shouldn't you be a supermodel, you fucking junkie? You're on the fucking street, you fucking showing out. It's sad. It's sad. But either way, it's just depressing to live here, so I don't want to. When I have my disability benefits, the first thing I'm going to do is abandon this fucking terrible place. I'm sorry, I'm not reading any of the comments. How come your makeup, health, and beauty haven't stopped any shootings? I'm not actively protesting school shootings. I mention it, but I'm not protesting it. I really should protest that as well, but I don't know. I have a limited makeup budget. So I don't know. I think this month is Carbon Monoxide Awareness Month, of how Latinos in my neighborhood have been corralled by the American government to live impoverished on top of each other and use car exhaust to gas us. But maybe next month, or maybe for September, when school's back in session, I will choose a different lipstick color so I can protest school shootings. Maybe. You've convinced me that I should consider other causes than the fact that minorities of every color, including Caucasian, are dealing with pollution that affects your health. Why am I mesmerized by this fellow's eyes? I don't know. Just green-eyed freak. Even Batman is in space in back alleyway. I don't even know what that says. Are you single, bruv? I like you. I want you. I'll treat you well. I am very single. I am into Caucasians with big cocks and cowboy boots, hairy chests, and look a little scruffy. Have beards. I'm a big fan of beards and hairy chests. And hairy assholes. Hairier the better. I don't like shaved assholes. I like hair around it. What 3D printer can make electronics? The 3D printer can make the casing for it, and as far as the electronics, it's nothing more than adding an assembly line to it where you just solder. Okay? You are so far from reality. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know what I think is crazy is parents every school year send their children, you know, the things that they love and treasure the most, to potentially be murdered, potentially be impregnated, potentially be forced on drugs because, you know, you don't want to be uncool, do you? You want to be cool. Go on. Suck off the entire football team and see if that makes you popular. We'll videotape it, so, you know. Whatever. That's America? That's the America that you want? Is that the reality? Or is that too real for you? Because that happens here. That happens here in America. Oh, and then you have crazy people who were bullied and tortured who come back and shoot your kids. Is that the America you want? Because that's not the America I want. So in order to get the America that I want, I have to somehow, when I get my disability benefits, make a new town. Make a new town where you can say, yeah, the school is mostly online. And you have police on campus. And we don't allow guns on campus. We don't even allow cars on campus. And then you have to go through a metal detector. And there's no cell phones. But there is the latest technology, so you really wouldn't even want a cell phone at that point because you'd have better than that. As a kid, as an adult, everyone would. But that's the future I want. Maybe it's just me, but I'd rather do that because I want to have my own kids. And when I have my own kids, I don't want them to go to an American school. Mostly because I want them to sound just like me. Because I'm cruel. Because I know that that would forever be a dissonance pushing Americans away because instinctively you recoil at the sound of your masters. Oh, poor America. You deluded yourself when you thought that you gained independence, but what you really did was grow up and rebel like children do. But you'll always be the child of Britain. The child of Britain. Because all you do is worship British people. All you do. Is that reality for you? Is that too real? Just checking in. I want to make sure you're comfortable. Los Angeles is a pit of hell. Who dat? With the truth there. Thank goodness. Angus Young helped me spread the word within your community. How do you prevent drugs in that town? Simple. Port. It is called a port. Amen, Angus. What's up with a military sexual harassment video when I don't hear a woman knocking on the door and speaking to you? Joe the Punisher. I don't stream 24/7. I wish I did. But then, you know, you would see me piss shit and then have a wank. And I don't want to invite you in on that. I wanted to invite my OnlyFans to watch that because, you know, it'd be an OnlyFans thing. You are absolutely acceptable in does not rule the human life. What the fuck did I just happen upon? I don't know. I am talking about my own personal trauma as a military veteran. And I'm also talking about how I don't want to live here. I don't want to live in America because America is a broken country and I don't want to be a part of that mess. I want to try and save people from that mess, but I don't want to be a part of it. So you can shove your pizzas, you can shove your fucking burgers, you can shove your hot dogs and your little fucking apple pies up your fucking American asses because I don't want anything to do with you people. I really don't. I served in the military. I am done. I am done because you have disappointed me every chance I could get. Every chance I get to maybe offer an olive branch. Oh my God, I cannot speak. Every time I offer an olive branch to Americans to maybe be next to me, engage with me, talk to me, they've always proven to either be rude, an idiot, or just abusive. Hello, hello, Rad Lipstick. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am using my lipstick to protest carbon monoxide poisoning of my poor Latino people because of car exhaust, smog, and smoke. You live in a gas chamber and nobody fucking calls it that. They just consider that air, and that's not air. Go to a forest, that's air. When you live in a city, you live in a garage. Oh, sorry, a garage. I live amongst Americans. I'm going to pick up some American words every now and then. Garage. Whatever. I cannot fucking speak. How about going to you, I work in hard and being useful? How about going to you, I work in hard and be... You know, I don't want to pretend like you're fucking Asian if you're not fucking Asian. No one force you to be poor. I'm sorry. If you're not Asian and I'm pretending you're Asian, then that just makes me rude. No one forced you to be poor. It's like... You kind of did when you sexually abused me. You kind of did when you allowed the United States military to rape and sexually abuse people on purpose, not I was drunk and I wasn't, you know, sure if, you know, she was saying no. No. When you are sexually abused, raped, or assaulted in the military, they had 10 people sign off on it. It's a military strike against the American citizens. Okay? I'm glad we can clear that up. Where you from? I'm a New Yorker. Can't you tell? Please remember Jesus is calling you now, even if you're not aligned with understanding. Please remember Jesus is calling you now, even though you're not aligned with understanding. Jesus now. Jesus now. I can't place the accent. I can't place why anyone would really want to live in America. If you have your disability benefits, you probably would move to another country. You probably would move to another country so you could finally enjoy. Okay, I'll just admit it. I am fucking jealous that Clint has as many Swedish fans as he does. Because I saw this one guy from Iceland and he was so fucking hot. I want to fuck him. I want a fucking Icelandic person in a fucking hot tub, in a sulfur spring. I want to fuck an Icelandic person. I don't want to fuck any American ever again. I'm done. I'm literally done. I'm sorry, that's all I really wanted to say about that. Your life is of great value. Thank you. Have you heard of Bangalore? No, but I've heard of Bangkok and Bang Hard, but not Bangalore. Oh my God, please stop talking about engineering principles and 3D printers. No? Wouldn't you want one? Can you imagine what you would save if you just bought the fucking resin and the polymers to maybe make basic shapes? Think about it. Everything you buy, you assume it has to be made of wood or made of plastic or made of this, made of that. What if it didn't? What if it was made of a nice biodegradable substance that is of a certain density, a certain heft for whatever project you have? And it's just molded into the shape. Sometimes you just need a mold. But maybe that's just me. I don't expect people to like that because they like the idea of the little endorphins that go off the fireworks display. I swear, if Amazon, every time you hit the buy button, played the Final Fantasy, dun 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 dun, people would actually buy things more often, but they don't do that. I wonder if they will. I wonder if they will. Why don't you get a job and stop wasting folks' time? Man, people like you just stand outside raising awareness. If you want to help these people actually get up and do something and take action. You know why I don't? Because these Latino people that I surround myself with, they're not my people. They are not my people. Because I'm a Native American. I grew up in an indigenous family doing indigenous things. And obviously still learning English and chemistry and all the rest, obviously. But now that I live in this Latino neighborhood against my own fucking will, I see these people and there's no reaching out to people who are like, I'm Latino and that person's Latino and we're all Latino. We're Latino together. Yeah. And it's just, you're on a fucking reservation, you fucktards. You're on a fucking reservation. The white people got together and said, get the fuck out of my fucking Hollywood, get the fuck off the beach and go live on a fucking reservation, you fucking brown people. Oh, and by the way, can we sell you a car? Really? Here, take a car. You're a fucking Native American person who loves to run. You're a fucking Native American person who can hike for 10 miles. But here, take a fucking car. Oh, by the way, that car will give your kids fucking cancer and it'll raise your blood pressure because you'll be stuck in traffic. But by the way, welcome to America. Yay. Customer. No. I will fight for my people, even though I fucking hate you people. But we have nothing to say to each other. I have nothing to say to fucking Latinos that want to be white. I have no choice in the matter of how I sound. But Latinos are just white people. Just brown people who want to be white. Even the most fucking ghetto Latino person. The most ghetto fucking Latino. Like, ese, you good, Hans? Oh, no. Like, all that. They wish they were white. They wish they had white money so that they could buy more of the lame shit instead of realizing that you're a fucking Native American person who's been displaced and brainwashed, absolutely brainwashed by white people. You're not that. You're just not. So, oh well. My job, I'm sorry. Number one, I am retired, so my job is to be an old crotchety fucking veteran who hops online and talks about yesteryear and also about things were better in my time, which really wasn't the case. That's my job. Why is a gay British guy talking about American politics? Stick to you. Okay. I won't even dignify that one. Mostly because Rishi is he is a super fucking hot man. I know he's a prime minister, but Rishi Sunak is he is sexy. You would rather look at that. You would rather look at that. Come on. Come on. It's a fucking beauty contest. It's a fucking beauty contest with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. But that's a fucking beauty contest. All right, bro, what are you yapping about? What are you yapping about? Okay, I'm just talking about my own fucking issues as a veteran, as an American citizen who doesn't want to be an American citizen, because as an American citizen, you just subscribe to fucking nonsense. You subscribe to nonsense and you follow the lead of things that are bad for you. Your country teaches you that overtime is a good thing. I know, because I was stupid. I was clearly stupid. I went for overtime when I could go for overtime because I always said, that's more money. Yay, more money. Okay, overtime is really a way to drain your soul, a way to drain your health. And you can't get that back. You can't put $100 bill over adrenal fatigue. You can't rub the dollar bill on your fucking face and expect your skin to not sag and have wrinkles. So, nope. That's another scam that America has forced upon people. This idea that, you know, it's the more money thing that would make your life better instead of it's the quality of life that makes your life better. If my neighbors were the fucking coolest people in the fucking world instead of a bunch of fucking junkies of one drug or another, maybe that would be a good thing. And I really don't like that. I really don't like that the VA pretty much said, can you live in a fucking house filled with junkies instead of living by yourself if we gave you your fucking disability benefits? No, really. If I had my disability benefits, I could afford my own little piece of land and be a farmer. Live on a farm instead of living in a junkie house. Because that's what the Veteran Affairs thinks. You're a veteran, you served this country. Go live in a fucking crack house. Not that these people do crack. At least I can't say legally that they do crack. But they are addicted to a drug. They certainly are. The vast majority of them. And that I can say. No joke, you need to seek professional help and get off the internet. I am seeking professional help. I am going for my disability benefits so I can be a farmer and go to Mars. I'm seeking professional help. But I'm not going to get off the internet. Why? Because it pisses you off so much that someone is talking about things that make you uncomfortable. It pisses you off because you know that I'm right. that no matter how much someone pays you, if you had to live right next to a fucking crackhead, you would say it's not worth it. But if you lived in my brand new town, which I want to fucking call Metropolis, because, you know, it's awesome, you would say, thank goodness, state-of-the-art gym, state-of-the-art health, food, water, electricity, all paid for. No drugs, no crime. No traffic. I think you would want that. I think that's what everyone really, really wants. We talk about our apartments, we talk about our houses as fucking, well, that's my castle. It's like, no, do you want to see a castle? Because you could build a castle. Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought, what if I actually owned a castle? As opposed to, I live in an apartment. Why not live in a castle? You probably wouldn't live in the castle by yourself, but why not live in a castle? Why not treat yourself as royalty? Why not get out of these fucking jobs that injure your back and you're sore all the time and you need to drink because you're in pain and your hands shake because, you know, you deal with machinery that vibrates all the time. I use a lot of vibrators in sex play, so, I mean, sometimes the orgasm is so much that I'm still shaking afterwards. But, you know, that's just me. Control of is trying to report this BS. For what? Speaking the truth, number one, orgasms are awesome, and two, men should use vibrators because they feel really good on your prostate, and most men have prostate cancer because they don't get fucked up the ass. What you want, bitch? I fucking said that. Go fuck yourself. Stay out of America. I'm trying to. I really am trying to, because it's just, I have nothing in common with you people anymore. You people are fucking weird to me. Just no. You aren't getting any guy pregnant. It doesn't stop me from trying. I'll just keep sticking it up there and feeding men loads. And one day something magical will happen. Oh, bro is British. Focus on your country first. I could, but I don't know. I would have to have Rishi Sunak fucking claim me and say, well, your father's a Brit and your grandfather's a Brit. So therefore, by British ancestry, you're a fucking Brit and you are summoned to England to answer to fucking British law and justice. And there's British law and justice that would fucking say that you belong amongst your own kind as far away from these American people as possible. And I would say, well, I guess so. Why did you choose blue today? Okay, so I wear my blue lipstick to protest carbon monoxide poisoning of my fellow Latino people living in this community because of smog, pollution, fuck me, pollution, smog, smoke, pollution from car exhaust. Because you live in a gas chamber, you live in a garage, you live in a fucking garage. Fuck your king and queen. That's rude. Your masters. We richer, stronger, and free to say what we want, unlike you Brits getting arrested for Facebook posts. I really wouldn't consider Americans richer than Brits. I think you need to check yourselves on that. because I don't think you understand what true wealth is. True wealth is health. True wealth is having a private physician that visits you at home instead of having to go to a hospital. True wealth is having neighbors that you wave to and talk to on occasion. Invite you over for dinner. And sometimes you host. That's wealth. Being poor is being an American where you have to lock your door. You have to spend all your day sitting in a cubicle and just smelling fucking farts and smog and smoke and pollution. Britain is motorways, but it's motorways through forests that are still there. Villages that are small and contained, and people prefer to bike ride. Ride the little fucking bicycles. That's what we prefer. So, what do you have to say? Do you really think America is better? Then enjoy it. I don't. I just respectfully disagree. The fuck are you yapping about? Magna Carta was pretty dope, but the First Amendment is even better. Are you sure about that? Because if you were, let's face it, a white man during the time of the Magna Carta, you actually had more power. The First Amendment is the biggest illusion ever. Why? Because there is no such thing as real freedom of speech anymore. You give up your freedom of speech when you join social media. Because it's not your platform, it's somebody's business. Your freedom of speech is someone's business. I had Clint on the other day, and Clint came on the channel and someone reminded him it is 45 watch hours until you are monetized, until you get a share of freedom of speech. Wow. What a country you live in. Your freedom of speech is not a right, it's a product. Price, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna leave your fucking comment there because I don't really give a shit. I really don't. Schools in America are murder zones. No one should be near them. Not even the students. Ah, my God, bro's behind in the chat massively. I don't fucking read your chats. I'm sorry, you're an audience. Know your place? Hello, I hope your day is filled with joy and happiness. Take care. Thank you, Jackalope. That's actually really nice. We have guns. Y'all have fish and chips. Well, remind me, you fucking American pig. How many fish and chips does it take to fucking shoot up a high school? What was that? That's what I thought. Prick. What military branch did you serve in? United States Air Force. What's your stance on guns then? Guns are lovely. Guns for everyone. Guns for everyone. That's my stance on guns. Guns are lovely. Guns for everyone. Man's British. We don't want you here. Man's British, we don't want you. We don't want you here. You fucking Brit. I don't want to be here either. I want my fucking disability benefits so I can fucking sever the connection between America and myself. Because as a person who lives here, I fucking care about you. These bitches are my sons. And damn, I want custody. The more I fucking stay here, the more I feel like I have to fucking take care of you fucktards. And I don't want to, because I want to raise my own fucking kids. So, no, if I get my disability benefits, I'm going to have to decline to be your fucking caretaker, your fucking custodian, to be your president. I don't want to be your president. I don't want to have to fight people to fucking protect your lives to be idiots. Because right now you're fucking idiots. You're idiots. You're idiots who send your children to go get passed around at a kegger. You're idiots who look at your kids slowly becoming paler and paler and you never ask, are you on drugs? And where did you get them? Oh, the school? Oh, okay. Well, that's where you're supposed to get them. You don't go to the dealers on the corner. You go to the school because, they're perfect chemists. You'll never OD off of stuff from school, will you? Oh, and by the way, if you see someone with a gun, just walk into the school because you don't have any metal detectors. Minerals? Wow. I cannot speak. You don't have any metal detectors on your school grounds. So a person walks in with a gun. Just, remember to give me a phone call, right before. It'll go straight to voicemail anyway. So I can have something to hold on to when they shoot you dead. Yep, that's your America. That is your America. No matter how many presidents, senators, or congressmen in general that you fucking elect, you don't seem to think that it's the school system itself that causes all of this. Everything that's wrong with America right now is because people go to the wrong schools. Not that private schools that much better, but I think it's a little. I think you could learn a little something there. The amount of uniforms, the amount of prestige and sobriety of wealth. But like I said, I don't want to be your president. I don't. I have my petitions in the description. It's up to you if you want to fucking sign them. I'm not going to force you. I'm not even going to force you. I have the title of this as America owes $72 billion to 18 million veterans. If you want to sign that petition to finally give that money to veterans, great. If you don't, I don't fucking care. Either I get my fucking disability benefits or I have to save up my money and apply to move to a different country. But I don't want to fucking live in this country like this. It's no. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. You say you're British, but served in the US military. It's not really that strange. Where do you think people come from? I don't know what to tell you, dude. Where do you think people come from? You think everyone is from Johnny Appleseed and that we all came from the Pilgrims? Look at the fucking melanin in my fucking skin. Look at the way I fucking speak. Okay, it's been fucking centuries. People have been hopping in and out of your country and in and out of your fucking American beds. My mother was an American woman who met the most shagtastic, groovy fucking man who said, come here, woman. And she fell in love from come here, woman. Why? Because no American would ever speak to her that way. No American would fucking pound that pussy. So, yeah, my mother chose a fucking British cock to fucking squirt, squirt, squirt to make this. And she was never more proud to know that she chose him and she got this. So that's all. Others can never argue with your strength if they have never understood its beginning. You redcoat. Well, I mean, I just said the British are coming. If you didn't hear me, Paul, I don't know what to tell you, but the British are coming. Kapow! Price, I don't know what to tell you. I actually used my disability benefit rejection letter as an album cover for my own music. If you want to fill out a freedom of information letter as your fucking freedom of speech and freedom of press allows, go right ahead. But if you want to be sued for libel against me, I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe that's what I should do. I could subpoena YouTube to get your fucking IP address with your real address and then send you a letter for libeling me, for saying that I'm not of the Air Force when I actually am. Or you can just use a freedom of information letter. But I don't want to take that 10 cents out of your hand because I know you're fucking poor. You're poor and you're fucking spending your time with me, which makes you a bit of a loser too. But that's okay. I accept losers in my chat. Hello, loser. Here's a booger in both knees. No, I think that's actually my fucking nostrils. Sorry. Brazil every day. That's where my father's from. Self-deport Bubba. I wish I could just say peace out America and hop on a plane and never return. I want to live in fucking Scotland and just wear a fucking Scottish kilt and twerk my fucking brown ass cheeks in front of Scottish Highland men and then let it get fucked by Scottish Highland men with giant bare guts and huge hands on my lovely Brazilian thighs. That's what I want. But no, America says you have to live in the fucking Latino ghetto instead of being fucked up the ass by someone that looks like they belong on Outlander. Smooth. Are you gay? I just talked about getting fucked up the ass by a Scotsman named Angus. I don't know why he's named Angus, but when I have to fantasize something with my dildo, I call him Angus, okay? So yeah, I want to get fucked up the ass by Angus. Yeah, I'm interested in men. I'm interested in women too. Like, honestly, what is her fucking name? Karen Gillian. If Karen Gillian wants to give me a fucking hand job, I'm not gonna fucking turn her down. Why? Because she's not American. And two, she's fit as fuck. And I like her. I like a bit of redhead. I like a redhead to give me a rub and tug. So, yeah, if Karen Gillian wanted to fucking wank me, I wouldn't even jizz in her face because, you know, I'm too respectful. So I would jizz on my fucking stomach and then, like, rub it on my chest. But, yeah, if she wanted to wank me, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with American women trying to talk to me. So I'm not attracted to women in America. I'm attracted to fucking Asian women. I'm attracted to fucking Swedish women. I'm attracted to fucking Brazilian women. I'm not fucking attracted to American women. Not in the slightest. No. All right. Did this guy just say something about decency? I just talk about celebrities giving me wank jobs. I'm not exactly a nice person, but then again, you know, I have PTSD, so my fantasies are my fucking fantasies. Even though I technically wrote her script for her, so. Oh well. That's a story for another day. Are you a homosexual? I can't really consider myself a homosexual if I don't have sex with men right now. And right now, I'm stuck in this fucking town and everyone looks like a fucking cholo. Everyone is a fucking fat Latino as opposed to like Maluma. If Maluma was in front of me, I would ask to suck his cock. He's Maluma. He has a weird Aztecian face, and I find that very sexy. Move to North Korea. I would move to North Korea. I have it on good authority that people of color are actually treated rather nicely there. You're a guest. Like Dennis Rodman was treated like the coolest person on the planet. He was actually an ambassador to North Korea. Did you know that? I don't. Okay, maybe you don't know who Dennis Rodman is, and I'm just like a really, really old person. I'm weird. Okay. Did you serve in the American military? How was that possible? Okay, well, if you live in the East where nobody wants to join the military because they just don't, they take anybody. I'm not exactly saying that I'm just anybody because they really had to go out of their way to recruit me, as in they hacked my computer and, you know, they bended like all the hyperlinks to go to military websites that one time. And yeah, they kept having military people right next to me on the fucking subway and like in full uniform with awards on the lapels in order to, you know, try and say, look, that could be you. And, you know, it took me fucking years of them doing that to finally say, you know what, I am curious. What the fuck do you want me for? Oh, and it's because I'm a leader. So they were going to try and teach me leadership by having me yell, it is this way and that way to go into the mess hall. Get used to fucking directing people. You need to be a leader because you're a strong person, you're intelligent, you should be a leader. Okay, well, no. I love how the Air Force was trying to make me into a leader and I just rejected them and I just said, I'm avionics. I don't know if you know that. I actually spoke to my my NCOs and I just spoke to them and I told them, no, no, it wasn't an NCO. He was second in command to the commander of the base. I remember him because he was so fucking bold and white. And he was so proud that he scored higher in driving and car parts than I did. And he felt inclined to tell me so. But either way, I had a conversation with him and I told him, no, I will not spend my time telling people which way to enter the mess hall when I was specifically given the AFC, the Air Force Specialty Code, of 2A7AP, which is Integrated Avionics, Missions, Communication, Navigation. So I'm supposed to be working with computers, not people. Like, I have no interest in talking to people. I'm a nerd. I don't know if you got that. And that did not go over well. That really didn't. But I don't regret that. I don't regret fucking speaking up for myself. I'm trying to get through these comments. I'm sorry. Do you want your kids watching this shit? I don't know. Your fucking kids are spending their time watching porn and beheading videos. Do you want to fucking fight me on this, bro? You want to fight me on this? Okay. Guess what? I'm going to subpoena you in freedom of the press. I'm going to subpoena you, freedom of the press, just so I can say, hey, what sites do your kids visit? Is it porn? Is it porn? Okay. How old are they? Oh, wait a minute. Are they under your care while they're watching porn? So who's in charge of that? Oh, are you a bad parent? Okay. So you don't have any conversations with them during it? You don't see it as unhealthy? Okay. You want to play that game? We can play that game. Your kids are watching porn. Your kids are watching people do drugs. Your kids are watching people be beheaded, dismembered, and they like it. They like it. They like that more than having conversations with people. It's what they fantasize about. That's America. America is the unsupervised adults and the unsupervised kids that come from unsupervised adults. So, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Your kids are fucked up because you're fucked up. Your kids are fucked up because you don't want to be a parent. Instead of complaining about me, you really need to be complaining about why you don't have enough time or patience to do anything with your kids. That your kids do things on their own and you have no control over it. And I think that's what you're really upset about. You're upset about the fact that as a parent, you don't have control. Let's go back to these comments. Is it bad that I'm getting excited watching this live? I don't know. If you think I'm sexy, you can feel free to call me beautiful. I like being called beautiful. I like it. If you want to call me sexy, I accept sexy as well. If you want to tell me my eyes look fucking gorgeous and my lipstick is... Well, I mean, I need to reapply. You don't mind, do you? I'm going to reapply instead of reading the comments. Okay. Ugh, I got it all over my teeth. God damn it. Ugh. Gross. We'll just sit here in silence while I do this. One second. Okay, there we go. I'm so confused. Can we start over? Price. As I said, if you want to fill out a Freedom of Information letter, fill out a Freedom of Information letter. Otherwise, I don't know how to help you. I'm not going to show my CAT card. I'm not going to show my VA card. I already showed my VA certified mail, and I have an album cover with my disability benefits rejection letter. It's an album cover. So at that point, bro, chill out and enjoy the show. You don't have any dignity left to dignify anything, the Lone Wrangler. Is my teeth fucking blue? Whatever. Freak. Call me that in bed, you bitch. If you're gonna call me a freak, you gotta pull my hair and like call me that in bed when you're balls deep, okay? Like, show me what a nasty girl I can be. Okay, whoa, the projections and immaturity is not worthy of time. But yet you're still fucking here. You're glued to the fucking sea. I am more fascinating to you than television. Do you understand that? Okay? As weird as I am more... A person doing fucking blue lipstick is getting fucking views. What is wrong with you people? Like, I'm not a Marvel superhero. I'm not a DC superhero. I'm not a person in leather, except for my jacket. Should I wear leather elsewhere? I'm gonna wear assless chaps, perhaps? Easy access? Is that what you want me to wear? Let me know. That lipstick does not match your beard, Marty D. I don't know what to fucking tell you. I mean, there's lipstick in my beard. Does that match it? I don't know what to fucking say. This native guy with Napa hair and a me complex. Now, why'd you have to go there? Now I have to do this. I'm sorry. Oh, well. Ian, are you Brazilian? Yeah, I am. If you don't like America, why don't you leave? Because, Marty, it costs money to leave. And it costs money to stay in a different country. Because if you stay in a different country, they're going to expect you to have $10,000 in your fucking bank account. And you have to declare, I have $10,000 in my bank account. I looked it up. A lot of countries require that. Even for student visas, to be a student somewhere else, they still require you to have like $10,000 in your bank account. I don't have that. So if I get my fucking disability benefits, goodbye, America. Goodbye. I'll leave you and your fucking bigotry and your fucking pollution to yourselves. You deserve your fucking lives. I'm not saying that kids deserve to be shot in the face, and you really do need someone like me to fight that. But you hate having trannies fucking fight your battles. And I'm a transgender person, and I don't get to use your fucking bathrooms here. So fuck you. I'll just, because of my two-spirit transgender self, go wear wizard robes in the middle of fucking Scotland and join a nice little Celtic witches' coven. Brew potions and, you know, dance naked under the moonlight. It's what I fucking want. I don't want anything to fucking do with you American people. Stuck up fucking prigs. If you don't like America, I don't like America. I pity America. I pity America because you pride yourselves on a life and a dream that none of you ever reach. Generation after generation, and you would rather squabble amongst yourselves instead of coming together to enjoy a higher level of wealth. That's stupidity. Then move. It costs money to move. If you want to donate to me, if you want to buy me a plane ticket to leave America and just be a refugee instead of a citizen of another country, fine. Pay for my plane ticket to leave. There's my Cash App, there's my Patreon. Pay me to fucking leave because I want to fucking leave. And it's only the fact that I'm too poor to afford the plane ticket that fucking keeps me here. It's not love. Because I can't love a country that sexually assaults me on a fucking bus. I can't love a country that sells me food that is damaging my health. No, that's not love. Renounce your citizenship then. I would love to. I would love to. There are countries that would lick the sweat off my balls. There are countries that would lick the sweat off my balls. Germany would love to lick the sweat off my balls. Denmark would love to lick the sweat off my balls. The Czech Republic would love to lick the sweat off my balls. Poland would lick the sweat off my balls. My balls are very fucking sweaty, I think is what I'm trying to say. And all of Eastern Europe would fucking enjoy it. All of it. That's the faggiest sounding accent. Well, if it sounds like I stick a cock in a man's ass, it's probably because I do. If it's also that I enjoy having my ass tickled by another man's penis, then yeah, that's the case. That's what it means to be fucking homosexual. Okay, no one's homosexual just for the clothes and the fashion. Come on, you do it for the prostate stimulation. Don't you want your prostate stimulated, fool? Oh my lord. Testudo. You'll apply lipstick, but you won't brush your hair? I don't know if you know this, but bitch, I still have hair. How many of you fucking Americans are going bald because you don't eat real food? I have male pattern baldness. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure it's just not the fact that you're malnourished or irradiated or both? Boop. That's a nice blue. Thank you, Starfire. And also, I'm a huge fan of Starfire in DC Comics. Usually the ones who talk like that don't actually understand our rights or lack thereof. Once again, hello, Sprizzleberries. Hello, hello. He's gay. That's what he did wrong. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just haven't found the right woman. If Cara Delvigne would like to sit on my face with her meaty pussy, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with supermodel European women smothering me with their pussies. I'm not okay with American women trying to talk to me. I'm not okay with American women groping me. But if a Eastern European supermodel wants to smother me with her meaty pussy, I'm okay with that. Absolutely okay with that. Not to mention you'd have children with lovely hair like this. So, call me. Okay, social justice warriors. What the fuck is this woke rage bait clown? If you consider me a clown, at least you consider me. So, whatever. Has anyone ever mentioned that the blue doesn't go with your skin tone? Just saying. Actually, I think the blue goes with my skin tone. Maybe you're just colorblind. Look at this. Blue goes with my skin tone. It just does. It goes with what my ancestor used to wear. So, yeah. Because I'm stoned all the time. Stevo, mental disability severance. Call it what it is. Call it, you fucking used me like a fucking prostitute in the United States Air Force, so you will fucking pay me. Yeah, I know. It's a very scummy thing and slimy thing to fucking say that I was used as a sex toy for the United States Air Force. Now pay me. But that's what I will say. Because now I can't work. Now I can't fucking walk down the street without seeing a female and saying, get the fuck away from me. So, yeah. I want the ability to live amongst females and just say good morning. And them to completely ignore me because I'm a stranger. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to walking down the street and not having to cross the street because I don't want a woman to fucking rub up against me. I'm looking forward to the day when I do find a woman who I want to rub up against me and I let her because she's not an American. Ain't nobody. Okay, Bobby the Builder, I want to fucking read your comment, but all I can read is, ain't nobody loves me better, makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better than you. Suffer endlessly, that's the way it was. Happened so naturally, I didn't know it was love. I know I want to read your comment, but how can I get past ain't nobody? I just want to say, ain't nobody. It's so good to say, ain't nobody. That's all I'm going to do for like 2 seconds. Ain't nobody loves you better. Okay. I'm trying to read your comment, but it's so hard. Bobby the Builder. Ain't nobody. Okay, I'm trying to read this comment. God damn it. Bobby the Builder, I'm trying to read your comment. Ain't nobody. Shaka Khan. All right. Bobby the Builder said, ain't nobody. I can't help you. Ain't nobody wants help from a dude wearing blue lipstick, thinking others are the idiots who have a kettle calling the pot black. Priceless brain rot. I might be wearing blue lipstick, but I care about you more than your president. I might be wearing blue lipstick, but I care about you than your governor. I care about you more than your mayor. I might be wearing blue lipstick, but I still care about you more than your own fucking family does. Because they didn't fucking abort you when they had the chance. So yeah, I do care about you wearing my fucking blue lipstick. Why does this dude even do this to himself? I don't know. I think I might actually find it amusing 10 years down the road to look at myself and say, damn, I'm pretty. I'm so pretty. Luscious full hair, blue lipstick, green eyes. I mean, and a nice skin tone. I mean, I'm dark, but I'm not criminally so. I mean, I'm that kind of dark that you can still bring home to meet the parents. Because you want to show me off. If you buy me a ring and you want me to walk down an aisle. Because I'm the one. Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. That's the American way. Sue your adversaries. I can't even get into this. I'll pay for the flight. Lifetime, if you pay for a flight to Aberdeen, Scotland, I will go. If you say your flight is tomorrow, I will go. I want a flight to Aberdeen, Scotland. Why? Because it's just where I belong. Aberdeen, Scotland. If you can find a flight from LAX to Aberdeen, Scotland, I will go. I will throw all of my shit in the fucking bin and I will go to the airport. Aberdeen, Scotland from LAX. And thank you, Lifetime, for paying for the flight. Shout out from Adelaide, Australia. Hello, hello. Welcome to the channel. Will you be our new king? I'm not going to be your president because I think presidents are shit. Not that Trump is, but Trump is the only one I like. But I don't want to waste my time with that. I'll be your king of Mars. He's Colombian, isn't he? I'm Brazilian. What's this blue lipstick? So I wear the blue lipstick as a way to protest carbon monoxide poisoning of Latino people in my neighborhood because of smog, pollution, smoke, and car exhaust. Oh, it happens to white people too, but white people don't really fucking care. I feel sorry for your father. I feel sorry for your mother for having to birth such a fucking idiot. How's that? Tea. Cringe as fuck. British cigarette. Still a fag. Get a job. My job is to breastfeed you fucking Americans. You can suck on my titties as I fucking read you a bedtime story. Okay? And that's my job. Did they seduce you and take advantage? No, I was injured and on crutches around that time period. And I was sexually abused while doing my calculus homework by a female master sergeant and sent to the hospital. So... You still want to poke fun at me? You still want to call me a fucking freak? When you Americans do that to a person? You think that's okay to do? You think that's okay to fucking sexually assault or rape a person? When they're in uniform? When they're trying their hardest to get your fucking ignorant asses on the Mars or beyond? Really? Okay. Because we are about to fucking do some purging right now because I'm just not in the mood. I am not in the mood. So if you're going to be rude to me, you're just getting purged right now. You serve with Maverick and Iceman. Look, people have been shoving Tom Cruise on me for a couple of years now. I'm not sure if he wants me to appear in a fucking film, but he can ask me his damn self. And yet you're on YouTube. What's wrong with YouTube? And what's wrong with having a dick in your mouth? Have you ever taken laxatives to lose weight? After you take our money? I don't know what Josh was saying there. No, if I get my fucking disability benefits, I'm fucking out the door. Like, there's no reason to fucking try and save you people if you don't want to be saved. If you would rather have your kids shot in the fucking face for being a student, just like I was sexually abused in the military, then I don't know. I believe in freedom of choice, and I guess if you choose to let your kids be shot in the face for being students, then I can choose to fucking move so my kids wouldn't be shot in the face for being students. I believe in freedom of choice. All right. I'll pay for the ticket, Bud Lee. Thank you, King Lee. I need a ticket from LAX to Aberdeen, Scotland. That sounds like fucking violence. So I will report violence in my channel. So everyone who's been sexually abused should be incarcerated. Everyone who's been sexually abused because the United States government should be incarcerated. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion. I really wonder what Mariska Hargitay would say. You know, the person who plays a cop in Special Victims Unit. How would that show go over? You know, a woman gets raped and then she's prosecuted for talking about how she was raped. Not raping anybody, just she's prosecuted for talking about being raped. You think that would be a good show to have on television? No? You think the show usually does great ratings when they prosecute the rapists and put them in jail? Yeah, it does. So where was the American government to prosecute Master Sergeant Miranda of the United States Air Force for sexually abusing me? Where was that? Did that not get enough ratings for you, Americans? Pigs. Yeti said hi. Hello. Hello, Yeti. Trying to go through all these comments. Femboy Jungle. Do you wear any other lip colors? The blue looks good. Ignore the haters. I do wear other lip colors. I'm wearing the blue lipstick to protest carbon monoxide poisoning of my Latino people in my neighborhood because of car exhaust, smog, pollution, and smoke. Sorry, I just belched in your face. It must be because I live amongst Americans. I lost all sense of manners and decorum. Oh well. I'll learn once I'm in Aberdeen, Scotland, how to have tea again and not be such a fucking crass little animal. But thank you for the comment. I appreciate when anytime someone tells me that blue is my color. I don't know what is going on with you, but I hope everything goes okay for you generally. Thank you, Femboy, for saying that. You don't have to know everything that's going on. It's just I have to live in an America that I don't want to be a part of, and it clearly says it doesn't want me to be a part of it. When it sexually abuses people, turning them into transgender people, and then say that since you're a transgender person, you can't even piss or shit in public. Yeah, it's just time to fucking leave. It's time to fucking leave. So if anyone wants to buy me a ticket from LAX to Aberdeen, Scotland, thank you. Let the British consulate fucking sort me out and say, hey, your father and grandfather were Brits, so technically you should have applied for dual citizenship, but whatever. Okay, finally, we are caught up to it. Spruzelberries, I was talking to monkeys in the comments. Sorry if those last few are random, off topic. No, it's totally cool. I can't believe that I'm finally caught up today on all the comments. I thought it would never get through it. Sometimes I go in these tangents and I keep looking at myself and talking instead of actually reading. But I want you to feel as if, you know, I'm engaged. The mods save the day. Yeah, I know. Mac is the coolest person ever because Mac is swatting these fucking flies. Because, you know, I'm the shit. So thank you, Mac, so much. Superhero here. Faster than the Flash. And you've been timing them out for like a day. So That might actually spare me because I was going to do one tomorrow too. Like I said, you know, I'm just going to do a couple broadcasts here as I gear up for the fight with the VA, where I just have to explain to them, you know, that there is no place for me in America. I deserve to be fucking happy. I deserve to fucking leave. I deserve to find my dream wife and raise my own fucking kids the way that I see fit. And be able to trust that when I let them leave my fucking side, they're not going to be fucking corralled into drugs, violence, or stupidity. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, everyone. You should be able to live where you want. This is one of the reasons why I want to talk to the United Nations, because we need to have a resolution that travel between the countries should not be hindered by price. Everyone keeps saying, I'm looking for the man or the woman of my dreams. Sometimes the man or the woman of your dreams just doesn't live in your country. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But you could maybe fall in love with someone from Wales and see Taron Egerton on that screen and just say, I'm with it. Come, go, 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 go. Whatever your name is of your town, and I will practice saying it just so I can say the name of the town as I wrap my tongue around your cock. Yeah, I want to enjoy fucking hot Welshmen. Not just Taron Egerton, anyone from that. I want to enjoy Henry Cavill's cousins. Not Henry Cavill, because he has a life of his own, even though he is a super nerd who reads The Witcher while playing with Warhammer. Very sexy. I don't need him specifically, but if there's a fucking gay cousin of Henry Cavill who would like to tickle my prostate, I want to know if that could happen. I'm okay with finding out if somebody in fucking Jersey looks as hot as Henry Cavill and would like to get their cock sucked. Diver down. That's the thing about the Constitution. It doesn't talk about borders much. It says all people. The Constitution does several things, but the Declaration of Independence did say that the pursuit of happiness should be protected. And my pursuit of happiness is to slide Eastern European cock in between my lips. That's my happiness, and I'd like to pursue it by leaving America forever as I go to wrap my lips around Eastern European cock. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want out of life. I also want to go to Mars, but I mostly want to be an international slut. Why do you feel like you have to share this with the world? Why do you feel like your sexual fantasies shouldn't be said out loud in public or on record? Like, if you fancy a fucking celebrity, you fucking say it out loud. You say it proud. You tell them how much you want to fucking bang them. You say Scarlett Johansson is a very fucking sexy woman. You say that out loud if you fucking feel that way. Like, god damn it. Like, what's the fuck? You know, okay, this is what fucking pisses me off. And it's such a weird segue, but I was watching a little YouTube montage of every time Scarlett Johansson was on camera with the rest of the cast, and they would ask her questions about her character, and everyone else gets, so what's it like to pretend to fly as Iron Man, and she would get, so you wear panties under that? Under that black suit, you wearing panties? Because, you know, I mean, the way I imagine it, you don't wear many panties underneath that. You nude under that. You know, your pussy lips are just fucking touching the black leather. And I'm like, why don't you fucking say that? Make it fucking sexy instead of, so, do you wear anything underneath that black uniform? It's just like, do you not know how to fucking talk to a woman? She's a fucking woman. Fucking treat her like a woman. Scarlett Johansson, we want to fucking see you on fucking camera being sexy. And right now she's in that fucking Jurassic Park film, and I don't know. Maybe it's because she's super athletic, but I kind of want to sniff her armpits now. I didn't want to do it when she was in that fucking black unitard, but now that she's pretending to be like a paleontologist or some like Lara Croft with, you know, blonde hair, now I kind of want to sniff her armpits. I'm not going to because we have no reason to be in a scene together or anything, but I can say that out loud because why not? She's a fucking sexy woman. Am I not supposed to say that? Am I not supposed to say that? I'm sorry. I said it. Trump for the win. Thank you for taking men out of women's sports. Aubrey Smith. I don't know. I think people should compete against people. I really think so. I think we need to get off our fucking high horses and say, who is the fucking best? Who is the fucking best? Because why? Because when you truly compete against everyone, you learn, oh, I need to work on that, or I need to be a little bit stronger. Sometimes losing makes you a stronger person, makes you a stronger athlete. Like Venus and Serena. I don't know anything about tennis, but Venus and Serena shouldn't have been competing against women. They should have been competing against men. Why? Because they fucking dominated the women already. So at that point, fucking beat some men too. Be the best fucking tennis player ever. Same thing with the WNBA. This whole idea of the WNBA and the NBA should have just been the NBA. You should really just have everyone, because there are some women who are just better dribblers. There's some men who, you know, pass the ball a little bit easier than a woman would. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into making a team, and sometimes having a penis or not is not really the most important thing when you're trying to score a point. Something to think about. And the same exact thing about my blue lipstick that everyone hates, and the fact that I'm transgender and everything. You people are fucking blind. You people are fucking blind. And I wanted to say this point, and I'm going to leave the channel for this episode after I make this point. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a beautiful, beautiful man, still is, who got popular because he had the biggest tits. Because his pecs were so hard, so hard and so large, but all of his fans were men. All of his fans were men. Women didn't want that. Women didn't want that. Men wanted that. Men wanted to fucking suck Arnold Schwarzenegger's nipples. Women weren't into that. You know what women were into during that time period? They were into Prince. They were into a man that looked like he just came off of a figure skating rink in his flousy little blouses and all that. Women would go fucking apeshit for him. Women would fucking wet the seat of their pants looking at Prince. Why? Because he was super athletic, he was super pretty, and he wore more makeup than they do. And he wore that makeup well. That's what a woman wants. You think that a woman really wants an alpha? It's like, no. They are just as vain as fucking men sometimes. They want a showpiece. Because if you're with Prince, you're with Prince. And you can say that to everybody. If you're with some fucking Cro-Magnon, you're with a fucking Cro-Mag. He might fuck your pussy and make you feel good, but you don't want to fucking show that off because other women will look at you and say, why are you with this fucking ugly man? And you can say, well, he is really great in bed. Unless they get to sample some of that, they're going to fucking make fun of you. So, yeah, men need to fucking wake up. Sometimes the way to a woman's heart is not the gym. It's the fucking Sephora store. So put your fucking makeup on, learn to fucking sing, and watch the pussy flow through the magic gates of heaven, okay? I have makeup and I'm a fucking great singer. I deserve to have fucking European fangirls lining up to come fucking suck my cock. I'm not going to mess around with Americans. Nah, fuck it. No concerts, none of it. I'll be a fucking German pop star like Hasselhoff. Most women don't want to get obliterated in bed anyway. Average guys for the win. Berries, you're actually kind of right about that. Most women are afraid to have a true orgasm. Because if they wanted a true orgasm, they would find an ugly guy with something to prove. Ugly guys have something to prove. They try harder. They're more engaged in your feelings and your pleasure. They'll spend more time getting you off because that's what gets them off. Ugly guys and average guys with small penises try harder. Just a fact. Plus, fat guys seem to have bigger dicks. All right, hey, Clinton here. I guess he's here somewhere. Either way, that's all I had to say. You know, I thought really hard about that since my last podcast, that Prince was pulling more women than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger was probably, you know, pulling quite a few women, but not as many as he thought. Not as many as you imagine. Why? Because women want that athletic, slightly effeminate, falsetto singing. Justin Bieber is more popular than Arnold Schwarzenegger ever was. That should tell you what women really want. Women want boys. Boy bands, they want the Backstreet Boys, they want NSYNC. They don't want Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want Arnold Schwarzenegger because, you know, he's so sexy. But that's just me. That's just me. Anyway, thank you all for coming by, and thank you for leaving a like and subscribing and everything. I appreciate all of my moderators and Spruzzleberries. You come in here so often. I dub the moderator. With great power comes great responsibility. Thank you for coming back. And I look forward to seeing all of you on the next podcast, where once again, I will be talking about veteran issues, my own PTSD from military sexual trauma, the state of America, and the many, many celebrity people I want to have good, groovy sex times with. This has been XIlyana. Have a good day.